What's up guys, Luke here with Luke's Points and Miles. Today I have another episode of Maximum Value Redemptions. This is my favorite series and I release these to elite channel members at least one day early because sometimes these deals go really fast. If you have any interest at all in becoming an elite channel member, you can click right below the video and the button that says join and you'll get priority responses to all your comments, and you'll get the first look at all the maximum value redemption videos like this one. It costs just $2.99 a month to join, and you can quit anytime. Now, about the priority response thing, I respond to 99% of all the comments at the moment, and I think I'm pretty unique in that. However, there will come a time I'm not able to respond to all of them. And when that does happen, I'll likely filter straight to the channel members and make their responses 100%. Hopefully I can continue like this for a while because if you do leave a comment on my videos, I believe you deserve a response. Today, I'm going to talk about one of the best sweet spots in the game and one that I just executed for spring break 2025. And I'm also really excited about this one. Today, we're talking about executing a redemption for multiple seats in business class from North America to Lisbon, Portugal. So guys, if you are not subscribed, consider it. And if you get any value from this one, slap that like button. Let's get right to this redemption. I want to make a quick disclaimer here. There seems to be such a huge issue with folks and great redemptions. Let me say my piece about it real quick. Your redemptions are yours. Whatever you are comfortable with is fine. If you're cashing out at 1 cent per point, I think that's great. If you're using the Chase travel portal and getting 1.5 cents per point on your UR points, there's nothing wrong with that. However, let's also understand that getting maximum value is also okay. In this series, I show you how to get really high value from your points and miles, and trust me, it never feels bad to get a higher cents per point for those hard-earned points and miles. Okay, let's get to the details. In this video, I'm going to show you how I booked my family's spring break trip for next year. Afterwards, I'll talk about how I actually found the redemption, and then I'll talk even more about the return trip. Spoiler alert, the return trip isn't quite as spectacular. Real quick, if you want information on cards that earn these transferable currencies, such as American Express and Chase cards, check out my super cool card link in the description below. Using my link helps out the channel. And if you have used my links in the past, I sincerely thank you. Okay, I wanted to find one of the most famous points redemptions in the game. But before that, I also wanted to go to Europe in business class. Just so happens those two things were one and the same. First things first, let's check some similar dates for flights to Lisbon, Portugal. And remember, this is a short trip, so I need a direct flight. I already have to position, so I need things to be as simple as possible. I want to try JFK to Lisbon, and when I search that on the Googles, I see a couple of options, but I also see the flight I really want. I want to fly direct on TAP Air Portugal. Here's the rub. While this flight is known as a great value redemption, TAP Air Portugal is not known for over-the-top luxury. But after watching some YouTube videos, it looks like this one might be a bit underrated. So regardless, I want to do it. The cash price is just over $2,400, and that seems to be pretty consistent. And I know I don't have to tell you that your Uncle Luke is not paying that kind of cash to fly. Also remember that even if I could, I need 3 tickets. That's not always super easy to find. So let's move over to TAP's website where we see that the flight is definitely on there. And guys, the pictures I'm using are not the exact dates. They might not match, but the numbers as far as value are going to be the same. I'm not interested in sharing my exact travel itinerary with everyone on the YouTubes. We see the cash price lines up to the Google price. So let's see if we can book this with TAP Air Portugal points. Yikes. 145,000 TAP miles. It's a bit steep for me. So let's put our thinking caps on. TAP Air is a Star Alliance partner, and which Star Alliance partner do we love? Well, we love Aeroplan, but I'm going to be talking about Avianca Life Miles today. Let's move over to the Avianca Life Miles site, to see if there are any options. Here are some screenshots of the LifeMiles website, and guys, let me tell you right now that this website is not the easiest to navigate in the world. It's clunky and crashy, and it's just difficult to use. But after punching in the information on this one, let's look at the deal presented. This is one of those mind-boggling things that kind of make you giggle. Our flight in economy looks good at 30,000 life miles and 27 bucks. I'm pretty sure Avianca also charges like a $25 booking fee on top of that, but let's move on. Right next to it, see the business class flight. It's 35,000 miles and the same 27 bucks, and there are 4 tickets on this particular flight. That's good because your uncle needs 3. Can someone explain to me why business class is only 5,000 more miles? On second thought, don't explain it to me because I don't care. It's just one of those sweet spots that I really want to try out. But let's get an initial idea of what we're looking at. Cash price of $2,443.30, which I don't think is crazy expensive, but instead, we'll pay the $27 and use 35,000 Avianca life miles, and we're going to get just under 7 cents per life mile. But you know we're not exactly done yet, right? Amex currently has a 15% transfer bonus right now, so let's factor in that as well. Transferring 31,000 American Express MR points to life miles will get us over 35,000 life miles we need. Using that for our redemption makes our MR points in this example worth 7.79 cents per point, which I think we can all agree is fairly epic. Now, you can criticize the math or the actual value, or you can use your own philosophical gibberish all you want, but this is the redemption that will 100% knock your Aunt Connie's socks off. See, Connie's never been to Portugal. She's also never rode in business class. Okay, let's talk about the downsides. The return trip. While there was availability, it was 63,000 life miles, and the taxes and fees were, while still reasonable, much higher than the trip over. But that's something that is almost always going to be the case in Europe. So while the trip over is epic, the return is pretty standard as far as decent redemptions. Factor in the availability and so many seats, I think this one makes the cut for maximum value redemptions. Guys, let me quickly mention another technique and tool that helped me find the availability. When searching to see if there were award seats on the date I wanted, I used Seats.Aero. And I used Seats.Aero to look for Aeroplan award availability. I saw that Aeroplan also had award seats available for 60,000 Aeroplan points, so I knew that Avianca would also likely have award space. I also knew of the sweet spot, so I knew that Avianca, at least initially, would be cheaper. I love using Seats.Aero, and I'll be doing a full review on their product in the future. It's a paid service, and I'll leave a referral link for them in the description. They're not sponsoring this video, but I have been using their service lately. Guys, tell me what you think. Does anyone have any experience with TAP Air Portugal or any past trips to Lisbon? Recommendations are absolutely welcome. Also, guys, if you want these videos early, consider becoming an elite channel member. And if you have stayed all the way to the end, I appreciate you, and I want to thank every single one of you.